All right. Well, welcome to Transformation Tuesday for May 28th,
You.
2024.
Thank you so much, Judy. It's such an honor and a delight to be sharing with you and your audience again.
Yes. And so, what is Transformation Tuesday anyway? Well, we've been coming every Tuesday since March 2020 with ideas, you know, inspiration, um, to shift and uplift the planet. And before we get started, for our month of May in 2024, the topic has been allowing. I love that word, allow. And allowing ourselves to have the courage to nurture ourselves while we're nurturing others. So many of us are like caught in like, yes, it's service work, yes, it's nurturing, and then and so this month of May has been allowing ourselves to be nurtured. Before we start, I want to read a little, and I want to read a word and what this word means, because this word describes my dear friend, Dr. Birgitte Tan, because Brigitte to me is the most optimistic person I know. Miss Gratitude Lady. So the word I want to bring into this final week in May is optimism. And the affirmation is optimism colors my world with love. Let's take a deep breath in on that. Optimism colors my world with love. My experience of the world depends on the attitude I bring to it. When I hold positive thoughts and share the love in my heart generously, the world becomes an inviting, friendly place. Easier said than done, but this is like why we practice. Optimism makes me a magnet for positive people, exciting opportunities, and serendipity of all kinds. It lifts my consciousness out of the mire of worry, anxiety, and fear, and keeps me focused on the beauty of the earth, the goodness of people, and the presence and power of God, that spirit within. Yeah. When I perceive that spirit in kind acts, selfless impulses, and loving service happening all around me, my optimism grows. So, what if allowing ourselves to be nurtured is our allowing ourselves, even if it's for 5 minutes a day, to be optimistic and in gratitude about something? So, with that, I'm going to introduce our speaker, our old friend, not old, our friend who's been here for a long time, Dr. Brigitte Tan. We are, we are on the board for International Childhood Cancer Charity, and come on in here, Brigitte, and talk to us a little bit about that word and your world and where you see allowing yourself to be nurtured as an important part of this journey.
Thank you so much, Judy. Thank you. And that word. I love the word optimism, as you can say, as you said. For some, I seems to be one of the most optimistic people. It's very interesting being a grief specialist coach. I actually learned that for some people, they're like, okay, so being optimist, but actually, beyond being optimist and pessimist, there is the phrase chosen optimism. This was initially introduced by the United Nations leader, but the what is chosen optimism? Optimism is you look at the glass and you say it's half empty, which is pessimism, or you said it's half full. And in this day and age that we live here, with everything's going on in the world, yes, it's good to be optimist, but looking at the glass saying it's half full, not going to get it full. Choose an optimism is to say that, well, there is water halfway in the glass, which is very important in the form of nurturing ourselves. Sometimes we look at things and say, okay, it's all good, it's all good. While actually in our heart, we don't quite feel it's good. That scenario, we're denying ourselves. We're like, okay, it's all good, but in our heart, particularly if we look at for some of us in our personal life, in our circumstance, in the world, we're like, all good, yeah, but there's war. All good, yeah, but I'm not sure how I'm going to pay bill this month. All good, but my health is far from where I would love to be. And nurturing ourselves is actually, which is the other word you use, Judy, to allow. To allow yourself to say, you know what? The fact is, I don't feel good about this. And allow yourself to not feel good. But then what do you go beyond that? Do you choose to stay in the place of not feeling good? Or do you chosen optimism, which is, okay, I'm not feeling good. There is only half the glass is on half water only halfway instead of all the way to the top. Choosing optimism is to say, okay, the glass is filled halfway. I can choose to fill it with whatever I want to fill it. And it could be regular water. You could fill it with wonderful tea or juice or champagne or sparkling water. You could also fill it with murky water. What are you going to fill it? Or you could also toss the whole all the water out. And the same thing in our life. Nurturing ourselves to me is to allow your feelings. Because when we deny our feelings, it might work temporarily, but knowing that our heart is 60 times more powerful and the heart sends signals, just the mind, the signal is 60 times more powerful and stronger, we cannot deny ourselves forever. If we ever, any of us here, ever try to deny ourselves, well, this is good, this is good, this is good, but in deep inside you not feeling good, of time you feel worse, feel like you're lying to yourself. To me, nurturing is to allow that part of you that say, you know what, this is not good. I'm going to take 5 minutes to cry like a baby, and that's okay. I'm going to take 5 minutes to just close all the window and punch pillow and scream on top of my lung because I'm so frustrated. That's okay. It's called being human. And then after that, we choose, do we want to sit in there? Or do we want to choose to be a chosen optimist where we say, okay, next, let's ask, what can I do? What kind of water do I want to fill into this glass? Who can I call to help me, whether it is with your finance, whether it's your health, whether it's your emotional well-being, or any of that? And know that as you nurture yourself, it will allow you to be able to, number one, nurture others. Because as you know, Judy, there is a saying, if all like oil clam, if we're not nurtured, we were not resourced with, if you're worrying about how to pay your bill, it will be very difficult for you to think about helping others. So put on your own oxygen mask first, the way they said it in the airplane, and that way you can nurture other. And nowadays, even more, modern day studies shows that, again, your heart is so powerful that's what's inside will exude out. So if you are not nurturing yourself and you're exhausted and you overwhelm and you feel that you just burned out, but you keep pushing and running and taking care of other, even if you put on a smiling face, it doesn't mean anything because nowadays the not only people can feel that there's kind of like, if you ever been in a room and you notice some people there and you're like, something's off in this room, I better get out of here. In situations, not only you're able to feel it, they are able to feel it. Nowadays, the study shows that what's going on in your heart influence your heart rhythm, and your heart rhythms influence other people's heart rhythm or other people's and pets. They do this study with people and dogs all the way across the room. So it's super important to nurture ourselves, even if it is just 5 minutes a day, to call a friend, to sit there and allow yourself to cry, to sit there and scream, to take that extra 5 minutes of time in the shower and feel that the water wash off everything that's not to your liking, and then allow yourself to choose. What do you want to choose?
It's so beautiful. And it for me it's having another person
It's
prescribe that to me, I would do it. If there's something about knowing that for me, but like you said, that communication with another person that is, it's almost like, okay, I'm going to go to the doctor of all, and not that anything's wrong, but that, yeah. So do you have any specific tools, maybe where you found yourself in a not optimism place or a not gratitude place? I know that you have this ability to pop into gratitude, and I think at one time you taught me prayer or something to say.
something.
I'm getting a little bit of feedback here on the computer. Let me see if I can fix it. There you go. I think we're good. If there, I don't. I think that you were teaching me something about something that you do right before you're you're going to do a presentation, where it gets you in that mode where you're going to be presenting yourself at your best self. Do you remember that?
No. Yeah, to me, it sounds almost like two questions there. How do you get into the place of gratitude? And what do you do before you present to allow you to be the place of gratitude? It's really, at the end of the day, gratitude, to be able to be in continuous gratitude is a skill. It's a skill that to be learned. In this book here, Seeking Peace, that we have here, the image, it shares in there about my experience back in the day before I used to practice gratitude. And then it's described in there in a step-by-step manner. If you never practice gratitude, what do you do such that when things happens, you are able to go into gratitude and shift your energy and allow us to be able to think more clearly and stay calmer. But in general, like everything else, gratitude is a practice. And like every practice, it's some things that we can choose to adopt, and a skill that we over times, in if you learn to be in a state of gratitude, something happened. We were laughing about this, and this is part of nurturing ourselves as well, right? To be able to laugh at ourselves before we come on the recording here, before we come on air, we were laughing about ourselves with the situations of me. And thankfully, you can, Judy, and the audience can't hear it, but there is a background of a symphony of here with the neighbors, though. So as we practice, we will be able to do it easier and easier. And with regard of what can we do to allow ourselves to serve even better before presentations or something. is to really just allow the universe, knowing that we live in a circular universe. What you do, any and every good deed that we do to anyone, including yourself, by the way, it will come in a full circle. So anytime we donate to somebody, anytime we say a truly genuine, kind heart to a stranger, anytime we do anything, come back in full circle. And it's literally before every event, everything, and I please ask the universe to be able to guide such that this will serve everyone in everyone win manner. Everybody win. May I deliver what the universe want in everyone win manner. And know that when you take whether even if it is just a smile, or when you volunteer, when you donate, when you give a helping hand with somebody with a lot of grocery, everything in the universe is a circular thing, and it will all is a form of nurturing ourselves as well, because it will come back around to our loved one and ourselves. With my clients, I teach them what I say to be good and gold. When you release something, so a lot of time we're taught to whether energetically, or we wrote and then we said, okay, we release this angst, this misery, this trauma to the universe. But then where do you release it to? And actually, a lot of clients say, okay, particularly if you practice energy, and I am an energy practitioner as well. It's like, so we release it to the oceans or to the air. Where do you go? You're dumping your misery to somebody else? No, you can actually simply say, may this turn into good and gold for all, in bringing good and bringing prosperity and riches for all, everyone in the universe, including your loved ones and you.
Oh, I love that. Good and gold for all.
So that.
I would love to have you speak a little bit about the International Childhood Cancer Charity and what that is, and why that is such a passion. Speaking of circular, you know, good. So yeah.
Yeah, thank you, Judy. Definitely. The International Childhood Cancer Charity, which I'm so grateful that you are on the board, Judy. And our missions is to empower, in addition to emotionally and physically heal disadvantaged children with cancer globally, one child at a time. And why it is such a passion for me is because the empowering part, truly. The empower Many times there are a lot of organizations out there that help heal a child physically. Now, when it comes to cancers, we know that for many of us who are able to survive the physical damage of cancer, for many, cancer causes such an emotional trauma, particularly for a child. We end up living in fear, so much so that it is not the cancer that defeat the person, but it is the emotional trauma from that defeat the person. People end up living in fear, and when we are traumatized, we end up living in fear. We're not going to be able to be in our full potential. Now, if we happen to come from a disadvantaged area with really of a disadvantaged background, we know very well that yes, we can heal them physically. We can even heal them emotionally. But if we go back right into the way of thinkings and the ways of living is self-destructive, so to say, then they don't die from the cancer, they die from something else. They die from other health conditions. They die from poverty. They die from gunshot, you name it. And so it's very important for us to be able to empower, help them learn the tools and the skills such that regardless of what the condition is, back to the truth and optimism, it's not that everything rosy. We're not being in denial. We say, okay, this is the conditions, and we choose to do what we possibly able to, allowing support from others to be able to change that conditions one step at a time. And whatever the conditions is, because nowadays most of us live in situations where there is something called reality. And our reality does not mean our current reality, does not mean our future reality. It's up to us to change. And so that's one thing that I'm passionate is the ability to change one life at a time. And we know that with everything in this world, talking about everything circular, everything's connected. When we change one person, it will come back around. When you support somebody, whether you donate, whether you volunteer, whether you call somebody just to send a friendly message, everything connected, everything's is circular. There's a saying that God, or you can call it universe, is a circle whose center is everywhere and its circumference is nowhere. And that means we, each and every one of us, as representations of life, of the universe, of God. And we are all connected in here. We're one, and we are all expressed in the most unique way as well.
It's so beautiful, isn't it, when you think about it? And perhaps just taking time out during the day to ask, what is it that is mine to do today for the, unfoldment and uplifting of the world and children. So thank you so much. Well, what would you love?
The word is here. Sometimes we feel that it's kind of like life. There are times when we might feel like, it's so much going on, and particularly in our personal life, almost feel like life is against us. But the truth is, the word is here to help us. It is here to help us. If you want to, I'm happy to share a very quick few minutes meditation or just kind of centering exercise where it allows you to release as well as it's allow you to receive. I call it the release and receive exercise.
Yes, please.
All right. So, well, I invite you. You do not need, with me, you do not need to take deep breathing. If you want to take deep breath, you may, but you do not need to. And if you are able to, just be comfortable. You can be standing, will be ideal, but otherwise you can also be sitting. You don't have to be standing. And have your feet on the ground if possible. Also, if possible, have the tip of your tongue touch the roof of your mouth. Anywhere. The tip of your tongue touch the roof of your mouth anywhere. And then we just notice our inhale. Notice our exhale. Notice your inhale and notice your exhale. Notice your inhale and notice your exhale. And on the next inhale, just imagine that there are roots. There are roots going down from your tailbone and your feet, the sole of your feet going down deep, 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 really, really deep into the earth, some 30, 40, even 50 feet deep, deep, deep into the core of the earth. Whether you're standing or you're sitting, just feel that roots going deep, 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 deep in. And on your next exhale, as you exhale, you imagine that Mother Earth, who is always here for us, open her arms and said, "You may release what it is that weighing you to me." And as you exhale, with your exhale breath, you release what's weighing your heart. And as you exhale, imagine you also release through the root anything that's weighing your heart, your mind, your life into the earth through this root, knowing that being Mother Earth, she's able to turn all these adversities into good and gold for everyone. We're not dumping misery, we're doing alchemy, where we'll turn it into good and gold for all. And on your next inhale, just allow fresh air and energy into you. On your next exhale, if you want to, if you're able, have your palm facing down to the earth. And as you exhale, allow yourself to release again anything that is not beneficial for you through your exhale breath. And through those roots into the earth and through your palm, release it as well. Through your palm facing down, allow Mother Earth to support us. As you inhale, you might notice that you feel more center, being supported by Mother Earth and the universe that allow us to release what we need to release. And we do another exhale where you release again anything that is best for you to release into the earth through those roots, release through your palm, allowing the earth to receive and turn it into good and gold for all. Through your breath, knowing the air will also serve as an alchemist, turning it into good and gold for all. And as you inhale, just allow again fresh air and energy into you. And if you want to, you can turn your palm upward toward the sky and allowing the sky, the air to continue to send you fresh air and energy entering you through your palm. As you exhale, you know that you continue to release anything that is weighing you down, as well as fresh energy and air now into Mother Earth. As you inhale, you can feel that the air embracing you, that the air sending you good, bright, white. Imagine there is a bright light above your head, bright white light above your head, and it is sending you lots of love and almost blanket you, embracing you with that you inhale, you have this light entering your palm, embracing your whole body. You feel that you are being hugged with the gentlest, most comfortable love. As you exhale, you know you can continue to release into Mother Earth and the air. And another inhale where you allow yourself to continue to be nurtured by the universe, to continue to be nurtured and receive the bright, wonderful energy just the way you love it, as much as you're able to receive the fresh energy, love, and joy and ease from the universe. knowing that you are supported by Mother Earth, because at the end of the day, we're all one rooted in Mother Earth, and that you are also supported, embraced, and continue to be given by the universe, love, light, the air. And just notice your inhale, notice your exhale, knowing that anytime you exhale, you're able to continue to release, and what you release turn into good and gold for all. Noticing anytime you inhale, you continue to receive in the best possible way for you. And just continue to notice your inhale and exhale. And notice your inhale and exhale. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes with a big, big smile and gratitude to the universe.
Amen. Ooh, thank you so much. All right. Well, I love to
You
just ask you, what could we hold for you, Brigitte? What would you like our community to hold for you in all your work that you've been doing and continue to do?
thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Well, you can hold for me that I'm continuing to be able to listen to guidance to serve even better again in ways that everybody win and happy, because it's a circular universe where it's good for all in a way that it is good for everyone.
And so it is. Here we go. It's coming in.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you so much. Good and cold. I love that. Thank you so much.
Yes. Yeah.
Always continuing to,
You
be here supporting and bless you on all your work that you do.
Thank you. Thank you so much. It's always such an honor and a delight to be with you and your our community, Judy.
Amen.